Welcome to WagerTalk TV. I am Kelly Stewart, joined by Ralph Michaels at CalSportsLV and Bryan Leonard at BLeonardSports. Both, give them a follow, both on Twitter. All right, guys, we're back with the preseason top 25. Getting down to the home stretch here. Let's go with number 15, Utah. I think Utah is kind of the trendy team to win the Pac-12 this year. Bryan, I'll start with you. Your thoughts on the Utes?
That was the first bet I made when we went down to the Golden Nugget. First bet anybody made. It happened to be in the first position, and I took them +8 against Washington. It was a popular bet. It's moved a lot since then. I like this Utah team. You realize last year they only had 9 senior starters coming back. This year they're loaded. All those guys that got the playing time last year coming back. Last year in the Pac-12, they were #1 in the league against the run, #2 overall. I love the coaching. Utah's got, to me, one of the best coaching staffs in all of college football. I've got them on a talent level of ranked 39th in the country, so they don't recruit quite as well. I mean, USC is always in the top 10, but they don't have the coaching.
In Texas and other schools get these 5-star
Even
recruits.
Washington and Oregon in the conference are above them.
Absolutely.
As far as recruiting
yeah, of course.
goes.
Kids are going to want to go to Oregon because they want to wear the cool uniforms.
Yeah.
They don't want to.
There's a lot of money
They
there.
don't want to go to northern Utah. I don't blame them.
Unless you're Mormon, you don't go to Utah in the first place because all the schools pretty much are Mormon. But this is a team, the defensive line could be one of the top 3 in the country. This is a team that plays great defense. Last year, they had a problem where they didn't have any explosive plays. They were like 90th, I believe, in explosive plays in the country. So when they got behind in the game, they had to really struggle. But if they were ahead.
But a lot of that was they played 5 games without Huntley and Moss. They lost their quarterback and their running back in 5 games. So when you're looking at season-long stats, you have to put an asterisk by it.
You definitely do. And they did bring in another offensive coordinator, was there a long time ago. But they're looking to spread the offense around a little bit more and try to get more of those explosive plays. If they get the explosive plays that they're expecting, I think Utah is the best team in this conference.
Ralph, are we high on the Utes?
I like the Utes.
Okay.
Now, I don't think they're the best team in the conference.
Okay.
But I clearly pick them to win their division.
Right.
Because no back-to-back games. No Oregon or Stanford in the crossover games. Pac-12 plays 9 conference games, so they only play 4 road, 5 at home. Everything favors them from that standpoint. Having Huntley and Moss back after missing 5 games. The best D-line in the country or close to it, a top 5 D-line unit. I have them favored in 11 or 12 games. The only game they're going to be a dog is the Washington game you talked about. I have a TNA angle to talk about after the game with exactly that. The one thing people don't talk about with Utah is for the last 5 years, Utah has had a top 5 to a top 20 special teams unit. This year, they lose kicker Wisnowski, #4 draft choice to San Fran. They lose their punter, Matt Gay, #5 round draft choice to Tampa Bay. I don't know the last team. Maybe Florida State had a kicker and a punter drafted the same year, but I don't ever remember a team having both kicker and punter drafted in the NFL. So special teams are going to take a big jump back. Whittingham is an ace at special teams. If he finds anyone to recover those, I agree. So I like Utah.
You like them. You don't think they win the Pac-12, but you said they're going to be favored.
I have them winning their division.
Correct, but...
And I like over 9.5 as well.
That's what I was getting at. Okay. Yeah. All right, Bryan, any rebuttal, any comments?
No, not at all. I just wanted to point out also that this is a very physical football team. Mm-hmm. And when you play in pretty much a conference where finesse, the long passing game, the big plays, that kind of thing. When you play at Stanford, when you play, to a lesser extent, Washington, or when you play Utah, it's different. It's totally different. It's like when teams have to play Air Force in the Mountain West. Totally different game plan, and some teams just don't match up well with them.
TNA.
One last point on Bryan, just to carry that over. When you're looking at a team and you play Stanford and Utah in back-to-back weeks, look to see how those teams do after that, after physical back-to-back games.
Good point.
2 TNAs. Bryan talked about Utah being physical, not turning the ball over. 42-17 as an away dog. Wow. 77%. And the only game that may be relative is the game you got 8 on. Utah, 19-3 against the spread as a dog of 8 or more. And again, that's the Washington game. It's falling below that. If something happens,
see,
it
that's
might
why you
get
guys
back
got to
up
have
there.
free time like Bryan Leonard to go stand down at the Golden Nugget in July and get the best of the number. All right, guys, I'm done making fun of them. Make sure you share all of our videos. Want to share some of your thoughts, give us some feedback, maybe suggest a video, leave us a comment below, and also be eligible to get a free week of service.